Welcome. This is Sherry Hardy welcoming you to Marketing 101, holding an open house, and the start of the marketing series and interactive metronome coaching series that will walk you through all of the different steps you're going to need to become a successful metronome provider using the interactive metronome system with clients in your office, clients who are training in their home or workplace or school. And as we get started, we'd like to give you an introduction to doing an open house so that you can begin to attract new clients to your practice so that you can grow your business, serve more clients, and get some great results. Today we're going to talk about 4 key steps that will lead you to success in acquiring new clients and helping them begin to make the progress that you'd like to see. So our first step is we need to attract the client. They need to come to you. They need to come to your office. They need to telephone you for information. They need to see your information somewhere and have their interest piqued so that they're interested in what you do. Then second, once you've made contact with this potential client, you need to see if they fit within the scope of your practice. Is this someone who you really can help? And if so, what kind of a treatment plan would be the best for you to design for them? Then the next step is sharing that information with them so that they can realize that this would be a program that could help them. And then you can begin to implement your treatment plan. I like to use 2 different kinds of open houses. One is for other professionals in my community who do similar kinds of work to what I do. And the other is actually attracting the clients that I'd like to work with who I think I can help that fall under my specialty. The first thing you're going to need to do for whatever kind of open house you're going to have is it's going to be some kind of publicity. If you're going to try to attract other professionals who are in similar fields to you, you might do that by professionals that do similar work and compile a list so that you have maybe 10 to 12, 12 to 15 good names of other therapists, of counselors, of psychologists, of doctors, other people that are similarly related to what you do. Would publicize your event for them. You might design a flyer for them. With that population, because you're trying to attract other professionals, you're going to have a more one-on-one approach. To attract the clients that are going to actually come in your door who you're going to treat, you might look at local newspapers. If you have a small local publication that has a calendar in it or has the kind of news that publicizes the local baseball scores, those kind of things, people tend to read those, and there usually is a free calendar section in them where you can post your event. If there is a local radio station that has free advertising on it for local businesses, go ahead and look at that. Check out your Chamber of Commerce, see what kind of organization output they've got to reach potential clients. If there's radio, if you have a local radio talk show, you might put a little blurb there talking about the open house that's upcoming and what you're going to be offering so that you can begin to get the news about your open house or your free screening or whatever it is that you're going to publish to draw clients in out there in either a print form on the radio or on a local TV channel. You might also consider some kind of a blog post if you use the internet and you have an ongoing blog. And as you begin to post on your blog or as you begin to use other kinds of media, you're going to want to be prepared with some materials to give the potential clients that are coming in to visit you so that you'll be able to give them some good information about the kinds of things that you offer. Interactive Metronome on the website has, under the login for marketing and PR, there are lots of PowerPoint presentations that are already made for you that you can use to introduce your program. There are trifold brochures that you can order, and one of them usually comes with your equipment when you order it, so you can see a sample of that. Be sure to use those trifold brochures. They're great, and they're pretty inexpensive, and you can use those to hand out to your clients. They've got different ones They've got the ones for the pediatrics and the adults, and then there also is one on if a home training system would be great for your families and who that would be right for. On the website, there are lots of case studies, and they're formatted by diagnosis, so you can look through them and see which areas of expertise are the things that fall under the work that you do, and select some of those case studies to print up. They're great to give to potential clients who are wondering if you would be able to help them with their specific need. So you can look up ADD, or you can look up pediatric issues, you can look up adult issues, you can look up cognitive issues, you can look up issues for amputees. Go ahead and read through all those and find the ones that match with your specialties. There are also video clips that you can use that are by diagnosis as well. So you can put a video clip onto a little reel in your office that would be playing in the waiting room. You can use those video clips if you've got a website or if you want to post them on your blog. There are lots of different forms, and my favorite one is the free screening form. It has the information about a short form for what they would do on a task 1 and a task 2, and then it's got the norms for where your client, a potential client, scored on the short form that they might do at your free screening or your open house, so that you can talk about how their millisecond time differs from what would be average for their age group, and then that leads you into how you might be able to help them with interactive metronome or with a combination of programs, interactive metronome plus some of your other specialties that you'd be able to work into a treatment plan for a prospective client. When you're getting ready to have your open house, be thinking about your space, how you're going to set that up. I recommend that right by your front door you have a table where they can sign in, and they can give you the contact information that they'd like to share. It might be their email, perhaps they'd like to share a phone number or an address. Then next to your sign-in log, put a calendar with some potential dates where you would offer a free 20 or 30-minute free private screening for people who really feel like, yes, the open house was beneficial and they got some great information and they think that you might be a good fit for their needs. You can offer them a free 20 or 30-minute one-on-one time with you where you can meet with them privately and talk about the specific needs that they've got. What are their goals? What are they hoping that will change for them? How will their life be different if they were to go ahead and make the changes that they wanted? And then you can match up to see if indeed what you provide, what your treatment plan would have, would be a perfect fit for them. And you'll be able to share that information one-on-one. So have that little calendar right by their sign-up sheet so they can just pick a date and a time to come in and meet with you. Then decide how you want to set up your space for showing the interactive metronome and perhaps one or two of your other programs as well. I recommend setting up an area for the interactive metronome, having your brochures and flyers and all of the information that you can get both on the website and that you can create yourself about your programs right there in those little plastic holders that clients can pick different brochures that meet their needs. You can also put together a little folder that has a lot of different kinds of information in it, and they can just take a whole folder with them. If you put your free screening form next to your interactive metronome equipment, you can actually do a short form with them, a task 1 without guide sounds and a task 2. And you can look down at the bottom to see the different norms and how well they did. I like to ask one or two or three of my private clients to help me run this station during the open house. And typically I'll ask a parent first if they feel that it would be an appropriate thing for their child to do. And then I ask the child and see if that's something that they would like to do. And once I have a release from the parent and excitement on the part of the child, then I do a little training session with the child on how to set up the short form for potential people who are coming into the open house. And I found that to be a great way to build enthusiasm for my private clients who really get a great boost from being able to show off their skills with interactive metronome. But I also get a great response from the open house attendees who love to work with a child, who are very open and helpful with the child to doing the short form together. And then that frees me or my staff to stand next to them and be talking to the parent or giving the child some extra information while my helper is running the short form for me. So think about, as you're setting up your space, who is actually going to be helping you and doing the actual short form, who's going to be talking with potential clients that come to the open house, so that they're getting a great experience in terms of what the program is like, how it works for them. They're getting a taste of it, but you also have time to give them a little bit of information to help them decide if there is a good fit. And it also lets you decide if it's a good fit. And then you can offer them to sign up on your calendar to come in for a free 20 to 30-minute private talk with you. After you have their information and your open house is over, for those who have given you an email, go ahead and send an immediate email and personalize it. Put their name and some reference to what you spoke about when they were there, and give them some more information about coming in to visit you if they haven't already signed up on the calendar, or some other information that perhaps they'd asked about that you wanted to look into a little bit more and then get back to them. You can also telephone if they've provided their phone number, and talk to them about things of observations that you made during the open house that you might not have wanted to share during the actual time of the open house because of confidentiality issues, but you thought you'd just take a minute and have a phone conversation. Those who have signed up on the calendar, you can go ahead and give them a call and confirm their date. Let them know any information you want them to bring with them when they come, and just have a brief reminder that they've got their time set up and you're ready and waiting for them. The purpose of these kind of events, whether they're open houses or whether you're doing a monthly free screening, is to create an ongoing buzz in the community. And the two different communities that you're trying to create a buzz in are the professional community and then your private client community. For your professional community, you might set up an open house, or you might set up twice a year having other professionals come and join you for a brunch or a lunch. Sometimes we've done a buffet kind of lunch. Sometimes we've done a brown bag. Sometimes we've done just a simple sandwich in a container from one of the local bakeries. And we invite the local professionals to come, to bring their business cards, to bring their flyers. Each one takes a few minutes to talk about their business, what they do, to pass out their information to the other attendees. And then we spend some time eating and just sharing as a group. And then I always have an interactive metronome station set up, and sometimes some of my other programs, so that the professionals can actually get a taste of what it's like too. So for the interactive metronome area, we would certainly use the short form free screening form and do task 1 and task 2, let them see what their timing looks like, and talk to them a little bit about the kinds of clients that they treat and how our programs would be a good fit for them. I like to have one of these a couple times a year, and that gives other professionals an opportunity to see what we do, and it gives me an opportunity to see what they do, so I know who I can refer people to. Everyone that comes to me isn't always a good fit, but they might be a good fit for somebody else in my community. And as I begin to build bridges with other professionals that do similar work, we can refer clients back and forth, and it's a great way to build your practice. It's a great way to support the other professionals who are working nearby. Then they'll take your information back to their office and put it in their waiting room. And when they have an open house, you have an opportunity to go to their open house, mix with their staff, see who their clients are, bring some more of your cards and flyers and brochures. So it's a great way to build your practice very, very quickly and develop some great roots in the community. For your potential private clients coming in, if you have a couple of open houses a year, maybe summer and winter or spring and fall, whatever suits your business cycle best, people will remember that you usually have an open house once or twice a year. So when they're talking to a friend about their child's progress, or if they've got an older loved one who you're working with and they're over at the nursing home talking to other caregivers or other loved ones of people who are struggling, one of the things that they'll remember is, I don't know exactly when it is, but that center usually has an open house a couple times a year. And then if you're publishing it in the newspaper or on the local radio and TV, when that comes up again, it just jogs people's memory that you've got a lot going on. And that is a really important part of being able to create just a local buzz for what you do, so that people are constantly reminded of what you offer, whether they're a professional or whether they're a potential client who will be coming in to actually work with you. Your ultimate goal is to use open houses or free screenings or other ways to bring people in. Maybe it's a one-on-one 20-minute assessment that you do once a year on a specific season, depending on how your business rotates through the year, so that as people begin to think about the kinds of difficulties that they have or that their friend has or their relative, the first thing that comes to mind is your clinic or your center or your office, because they've heard about you, they've been to your open house, they see your information coming onto the calendar section of the local paper, waiting room. All of this starts to build your personal brand, and it will begin to develop your practice into the kind of services that really will help your community, and you'll be able to grow your business to the extent you'd like to grow it very, very easily and serve your clients very, very well as be able to refer them to others who can serve them if you aren't just the perfect fit for what they need. Interactive Metronome is here to help you every step of the way. We're here to help you set up your open houses, get your marketing materials ready. If you haven't watched it yet, be certain to go to the marketing materials webinar, and you can get a little taste of all of the different materials that are available for you. Once you've got your Interactive Metronome system and you're ready to start using it, we offer coaching programs for the clinical certification. When you're ready to expand to the I Am Home part of the system, we have coaching programs that walk you through every step of the way of that system. Then we have an advanced level for the I Am Home part of the system that will help you actually walk your clients through. So when you're ready for your very first client, be sure to check the I Am Home Specialist certification so that we can help you design your treatment plans and walk your clients through the process of an I Am Home system in combination with your office systems. Be sure to go to the education page and click on the coaching button, and you can get registered for all of the coaching classes there. We look forward to helping you, and we're glad that you're joining Interactive Metronome to help your clients make the kind of progress that you'd like to see and to help